The Seattle and Eastside Firefighters, pipes and drums, ladies and gentlemen. And now to perform today's national anthem, please welcome the 56th Army Band at Joint Base Lewis McChord.
A touching tribute. We leave you with a special version of God Bless America.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above.
Mariners baseball on Root Sports is brought to you by Banner Bank. Better ideas, better banking. By CenturyLink. Quest is now CenturyLink. Visit CenturyLink.com to learn more. And by the Emerald Queen Casino, presenting Island Reggae Star Fiji, September 24th. For tickets, go to emeraldqueen.com. We welcome you back out here to center field. It's Brad, Adam, and Dave Valley with you out here in the Penn Boy. An emotional pregame ceremony there on the field as we, of course, remember the 9/11 attacks 10 years ago today. We now get to turn our attention to baseball. It's a backdrop, of course, of this day, but we know that. But we do get to talk about it now. The Mariners going for the series win against the Royals. And Justin Smoak, a guy we heard talk about him remembering 9/11, hitting .343, Dave. 9 games coming off the DL and getting it done and hitting some long balls as well, showing some power.
Well, you know, this is a bat that the Mariners have needed so badly. And Justin Smoak, this is his first home run. This is going back to Thursday. First home run since June 12th. That's the swing that Eric Wedge needs at the middle part of this batting order. So it's great to see Justin starting to get that timing back.
And he backs it up on Friday night. A couple of singles from the right side, one from the left side. A 3-hit night, scored a run, 2 RBI. So starting to feel it a little bit more, Val. What did he do last night?
You know, and I talked to him before yesterday's ball game, and he was telling me that timing was starting to come back right here. He times a Felipe Paulino fastball 99 miles an hour and drills it into the seats out there in right field. Again, this is the big bat that they have to have. You know, him and Mike Karp. Mike Karp also hit a home run last night, but Justin Smoak, the big piece of that trade with Cliff Lee, showing signs of the player that the Mariners hoped he would be.
That presence in the lineup, again, .343 in 9 games since coming off the DL. 2 home runs, 6 RBI. So Smoak hoping to get it done as well today on 9/11. We told you about the special pregame ceremony. We hope you tuned in and joined us for that. And on the field here is A.J. Frank throwing out the ceremonial first pitch from Seattle Fire Department. All the service members out there with the players. Special moment here. We got first pitch coming up. Royals and Mariners on Root Sports.
Well, you couldn't ask for a better, beautiful Sunday afternoon here in the Pacific Northwest. A lone sailboat out there in Elliott Bay. Oh, what a day out for baseball. And today it's going to be the final game of the 4-game series between the Mariners and the Kansas City Royals. What a day out here at Safeco Field. The roof is wide open. Hello again, everybody. I'm Rick Riz along with Mike Blowers. And below, the Mariners go after a series win with young left-hander Anthony Vasquez on the mound.
And that is a good sign for the Mariners. They've swung the bats okay in this series. They need to score some runs today for Vasquez, one of the better hitting lineups in the Kansas City Royals. Yeah. He has to keep the ball down in the zone if he wants to have success. We haven't seen the command that he has shown in the minor leagues. It would be nice to see it today so the Mariners can win this series.
Here's a look at tonight's starting lineups for the final game of the series, Mike.
And for the Kansas City Royals, leading things off, it'll be Gordon, then Cabrera, Butler. Hosmer with a home run in last night's game. He will hit cleanup. Francoeur, outstanding series defensively, hitting 5th. Navarro, Pena gets, and Escobar, the shortstop, hits 9th.
Little left-hander Anthony Vasquez out of San Antonio, Texas, played his college baseball at USC. He pitched and also played center field. And there are the numbers for Vasquez. 3 starts in the big leagues. He's been down to the minor leagues at AA and AAA. And Mike, will look at the defense behind him.
And the defense behind him this afternoon. Carp will be in left field. Casper Wells getting the start in center field. Ichiro out in right. Alex Liddy, he'll be the third baseman. Ryan and Ackley up the middle. Justin Smoke has had a good series. He will be at first base. And Josh Bard will do the catching today. Miguel Olivo, the DH. Bard behind the plate.
In the last couple of games, the Kansas City Royals jumping out to a quick start. They did last night with 3 runs at the top of the first inning. They go on to win that ball game by a score of 4-2. Alex Gordon to lead things off, and he takes the first pitch for a strike from Vasquez, and we are underway. Gordon, 43 doubles on the season, hitting .298. Next offer is outside for ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike, and Mike, a lot of offense in the leadoff spot. This kid with 21 home runs and 80 runs batted in. 1 and 2.
He also has 4 triples and 43 doubles on the year. I like the first pitch from Vasquez. Start him off with a changeup. Gordon has been aggressive in every game of this series. He hit a double last night, a home run the night before. So he's gone soft with him right away and gets a strikeout.
And the fastball up and away, and a swing and a miss by Gordon. So right away, Vasquez with a strikeout. And 1 down for Kansas City here in the first inning.
And he elevates a fastball, throws it by him. 89 miles an hour. That's as good a fastball as we've seen from Vasquez so far.
Working with Anthony this afternoon is veteran catcher Josh Bard, who caught him 6 days ago when the Angels won that ball game by a score of 7-3. Melky Cabrera having a heck of a year, and he takes a strike, and the count is 0-1. But behind him that day, Mike, the Mariners had a rough time defensively. 5 errors in that game.
Well, 7 runs, only 3 of them earned. I thought that he pitched much better in the game. The defense let him down, and that's something that, listen, he's not an overpowering pitcher. He's not going to strike out a lot of guys. He relies on his defense. His defense is going to have to play a clean baseball game for him to have success. And at this level, I don't think that's asking a whole lot. I think that the guys need to make the plays that they're supposed to. And unfortunately, in his last outing, that didn't happen. But I like what I'm seeing already, Rick. His fastball has been around 86 miles an hour. Today he's already topped out at 89, consistently 87, 88. That's a better fastball. That will help his changeup.
Line drive, right center field. That's going to drop in a base hit for Cabrera, 4th in the league in base hits with 100 and now 81 hits on the year. So 1 on and 1 away for Kansas City, just underway here in the first inning. That'll bring up designated hitter Billy Butler. But you're right, Mike. These guys can swing the bats. 4th in the league in hitting a lot of extra base hits. They put the ball into gaps and run like crazy.
They do, and they're aggressive on the bases. They're first in stolen bases, so you have to pay attention to that.
Cabrera has 18 steals. He's held on by Justin Smoke. Billy Butler batting .293. 18 home runs and 85 runs batted in. The first 5 in this lineup, as we talked about last night, Blow, they can drive in some runs.
They can. So you have to be careful. The bottom half, you have some younger players, some guys that maybe you feel a little bit better about your chances.
Ground ball is short, over to second, 1, relay to first, double play, and it's a 1-2-3, top of the first inning, despite that 1-out single off the bat of Cabrera. 6-4-3, the double play, and that'll retire the side. We're underway. We go to the bottom of the first. Kansas City nothing, and the Mariners coming up. we shall never forget the events 10 years ago. Today, September the 11th of 2001, a very emotional, power-packed pregame show honoring the men and women who tried to save so many 10 years ago in this state. No score. We go to the bottom of the first inning. Ichiro will lead things off against left-hander Everett Tiefert. Here's a look at the Mariners lineup, Mike.
And for Eric Wedge following Ichiro, it'll be Ryan and Ackley, Carp, Smoke, and Olivo. Olivo, the DH, hitting 6. Wells, Bard, and Alex Liddy getting an opportunity to start. He will hit 9th.
Everett Tiefert's first pitch to Ichiro is a fastball low and inside for ball 1. Ichiro hitting .275 in the year, 5 home runs, 39 runs batted in. Fouled away out of play on the left field side, and the count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Tiefert, 26 years old, the left-hander, no record with a 3.21 ERA. This is his first major league start. Line drive, left field line, sliced foul down the left field side, and the count is now 1-2 on Ichiro. And the young man comes away with a souvenir when he comes out to the ballpark this afternoon. Nice job. Lone outside in the dirt for ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And Mike, I'm sure Tiefert is on a pitch count of around probably 60.
Yep, around 60. As you mentioned, this is his first start. We'll take a look at him. If you look at his numbers, a 3.21 ERA for him. Only 28 innings pitched on the year.
Ichiro, ground ball, foul on the third base side off his fists, and the count is still 2 balls and 2 strikes. Mike, let's check out Kansas City's defense. It's been very good.
In the outfield, Gordon in left, Cabrera in center. Great series for Frank Gore out in right field. On the infield, Navarro will get the start at third base. Escobar and Getz up the middle. Rookie Hosmer will be at first base, and Pena will do the catching.
So a little different look for Ned Yost's ball club here in the wrap-up game of the series. Full count now on Ichiro. Popped up, shallow left field down the line. Coming in quickly, Alex Gordon into foul territory, and he's there to make the catch. And there's 1 out for the Mariners here in the bottom of the first. And Mike, tell us a little bit about the sun, the effect of an afternoon game for whom today out there?
For whom? For the outfielders. It's tough. The outfielders are going to have a tough time. Gordon, you see him with the glasses down making the running catch. It can be difficult. The key is, and for the outfielder, for some of them, it'll be difficult because a lot of times the outfielders like to take their eye off the ball, run to a spot, pick the ball up. On days like this when you have the high sky, beautiful day here at Safeco Field, they're going to have to keep their eye on the ball if they don't want to lose it. And a lot of communication is going to go on because sometimes that big ball of sun right there, if that fire is, it's going to get in your eyes, and there's nothing you can do about it, Rick. So you have to let people know if you can't see it, because maybe somebody's close enough to help you out. They have a better angle to where they can pick the ball up. Communication is a big key.
Here's Brendan Ryan. Brendan with a count even at 1-1. And Mike, on days like this, we've seen Brendan help out the third baseman because the shortstop has an angle on a pop-up that stays in the sun for the third baseman.
That's a great point, and I think this is where the Mariners are fortunate. First of all, Brendan Ryan has been spectacular at shortstop this year, as good as anybody in the league. But the other thing that you can always count on is he's going to hustle. And he doesn't take place for granted, whether he has to run out towards the left field or think normally a ball the third baseman would catch a foul toward. He will hustle over there just in case. He will always be around. And I'm sure he's communicated that, probably has already had a conversation with Liddy.
High chopper left side. The shortstop, Escobar, no throw, and then he drops it. And that was going to be a base hit anyway. High in the air, and the one hop to the left side of the infield. So Brendan Ryan with a base hit with 1 out.
We'll take a look at Brendan Ryan. Chops it off the plate right there. He can smell it. He knows he has a chance for a base hit. Running hard. The shortstop, Escobar, would have a better angle to throw. He has an outstanding throwing arm, but I agree, Rick. I think that Ryan would have beat it out anyways. It'll be a base hit for him.
Dustin Ackley with a swing and a miss. And a fastball from Tiefert, and the count is 0-1. So, Mike, we're going to see Kansas City's bullpen in this game.
Yeah, I think that we will. Again, 60 pitches for Tiefert, and for him, I would guess if he pitches well, that'll get him through 4, but maybe 5 innings, Rick.
Dustin Ackley comes into this afternoon's ball game batting .290, 6 home runs, 7 triples. How about that? And 34 runs batted in. Not too long ago, he had himself a 10-game hitting streak, and over that 10-game streak, he had .432. Young man from Walnut Cove, North Carolina, population 1,500. Fouled away to the right side of home plate, off of Ackley's foot, and the count is 1-2 on Dustin.
In this series, it's been a tough series for Dustin Ackley. But he's mixed in some walks, and he's hit the ball as hard as anybody. He's just hit into some tough luck over the 3 days, so hopefully that'll change for him in this afternoon's game, because he deserves it. He's been robbed of some hits and hit some balls hard right at people.
There goes the runner. Pitch a ball thrown on to second, and it bounces in. It's safe at second. Brandon Ryan, steal number 12. Ryan Pena's throw was low. Picking it out of the dirt was the shortstop Escobar. So Brendan Ryan has stolen base.
Take a look, and because the ball bounces, he picks it cleanly, but watch his glove. It'll come back up to make the pick, and with that, by the time he gets it back down, Brendan Ryan's foot has a chance to slide in safely, and he just beats the tag. Pena knows he had a chance to throw Brendan out with a good throw, but that throw was in the dirt.
And a swing and a miss by Ackley for strike 3. So 2 down for the Mariners here in the bottom half of the first inning. There's a good note for all your kids. Slide directly at the bag.
Straight in, straight leg slide. Give yourself a chance.
So Ryan on at second now with 2 outs, no score, and that'll bring up left fielder Mike Carp. And below, last night we saw this kid have that long at bat against Felipe Polino, throwing 97, 98, 99. He turned around a 98-mile-an-hour fastball and hit a home run to left center field.
He just kept hacking away. He was aggressive with his swings, and that's been the biggest difference. We've talked about it a lot with him, but he stays aggressive with the fastball if it's on the plate. And I think for Mike, the luxury that he has is something that we've seen even when he had struggled in previous times up here. He's always had command of the strike zone. He knows what a strike looks like. He rarely chases pitches out of the zone, but I think that the difference is he's playing with more confidence and more aggressive with his swings. You see the 9 home runs for him.
I think one of the best things, Mike, that Eric Wedge did was, when he came back and started hitting, he said, you know what, you're going to be in there every day.
Well,
that was huge. And that's high for ball 2, 2-1. But what a great at bat. I mean, you faced a lot of guys that threw hard, and early in the at bat, maybe you were late on the first one or the second one and fighting off the pitches. You felt like, okay, I'm getting there. I'm starting to get there. And he got there.
He did. And Polino had a plus fastball last night, as you mentioned. He was 98 miles an hour, topping out at 99. But I think a lot of times hitters, after you foul 1 off, 2 off, 3, if you think eventually he's going to have to throw the breaking ball or the changeup, and that makes it even more difficult to get to the fastball. But Mike stayed on the fastball and eventually put one on the barrel and hit it into the Mariners bullpen.
Mariners had only 2 hits last night in that 4-2 loss to the Royals, and both were the home runs by Smoke, who also had a long at bat against Paulino, and Carp's home run. Mike calls time,
and as we mentioned, T-Ford is going to be around 60 pitches already. 21 pitches here in the first inning.
Justin Smoke waiting on deck. He had the other home run last night. In the dirt, gets underneath and gets on by the catcher Brian Pena all the way to the backstop, and down to third base goes Brendan Ryan on a wild pitch. So the count goes to 3-2 on Carp, and now the go-ahead run is 90 feet away.
Looks like Pena. Oh, he just doesn't drop down in front of it, Rick. I thought he had both knees on the ground. He didn't. So the ball is able to get through him. We'll have a conversation on what they want to do with Carp, the left-handed hitter. Of course, Smoke on deck. He's a switch hitter.
In the business, that's called didn't get the tailgate down. Ryan on at third, 2 down. So once again, another nice at bat right here by Carp, because he's seen everything that T-Ford can throw. But a swing and a miss on that pitch for strike 3, and that'll end the inning. A couple of strikeouts for Everett T-Ford getting his first start in the major leagues. That'll end the inning. We go to the top half of the second. Mariners Royals, no score.
Today's Tracer Technology is brought to you by the Emerald Queen Casino, the entertainment capital of the Northwest.
No scores. We go to the top half of the second. Eric Hosmer will lead it off with a big swing and a 2-bouncer out to the second baseman Dustin Ackley, and there's 1 pitch, 1 away for Anthony Vasquez here in the second. And that Hosmer kid, Mike Blowers, he's scary every time he swings the bat.
He was fun to watch take batting practice today. And again, we've talked about it a few times with him. The good-looking rookie first baseman for the Royals is in his batting practice. He lets the ball travel and really concentrate on keeping his body quiet, and then throw his hands, and the ball jumps off of his bat. A lot of good-looking young first basemen in this league.
Justin Smoke, Mark Trumbo, Eric Hosmer, Jeff Francoeur, a swing and a miss, and the count is 0-2 on Francoeur. This guy's had a great game defensively. Hit a home run, though, in last night's ball game. Batting .282, 18 home runs now, 78 RBIs. Line drive right at Liddy at third, and Alex just kind of leans to his right, and he makes the catch for out number 2. Young man from Italy getting his second start in the big leagues. Easy play. So 2 down for the Royals. That'll bring up third baseman Yamaiko Navarro. Navarro hitting .251 home run and 6 runs batted in.
Only 48 at bats on the year for Navarro. Hit .272, 25 games with Omaha before he was recalled.
We've been talking about how young the Mariners are this year, Mike, but the Royals have 15 rookies on their ball club. Manager Ned Yost is doing the same thing that Eric Wedge is doing for the Mariners. Take a look at these kids. Strike on the inside corner, and the count is 1-2. Vasquez, a little left-hander, fastball 81 to 86. Change up to go along with it. Fouled away right over the top of the screen behind home plate, and the count is still 1-2.
He has a better fastball today, Rick. His fastball is between 87 and 89. We haven't seen that yet.
No.
Yeah. Sometimes I think you wonder if maybe because he's known as a control-type pitcher and pitches off the edges of the plate, throws a lot of change-ups, if maybe he was holding back a little bit between the work in between starts. We mentioned his last start, even though the outcome of it wasn't great. He had pitched much better, but maybe Carl Willis is getting him to crank it up a little bit, and I think that'll make a difference for him.
We saw Jason Vargas's velocity move up in his last start. Reaching out, little pop up into shallow center field. Casper Wells is there to put it away, and that's out number 3. A 1-2-3 second. We go to the bottom half of inning number 2 here at Safeco Field. Mariners nothing, the Royals nothing. Baseball, all 30 clubs and our players pause to remember those who lost their lives and loved ones as a result of the events of September the 11th, 2001. We pay tribute to the men and women who continue to serve our country and honor our pledge made 10 years ago. We shall not forget. Justin Smoke will lead off the bottom half of the second. And takes a strike on the outside corner from Everett Tiefert. Justin hitting .231. Tiefert from Alpharetta, Georgia. 12th round pick by the Royals in June of '06. Line drive, diving catch. Alcides Escobar robbing Smoke of a base hit. 1 out for the Mariners here in the bottom half of the second.
Justin Smoke has had a great series, a couple of home runs, a 3-hit game, and turning around, hitting right-handed, hits this one on the button. It's a line drive. Just a great play by Escobar, the young shortstop of the Royals. Full extension to take a hit away from Smoke.
1 out for the Mariners here in the bottom of inning number 2. That'll bring up designated hitter Miguel Olivo. I think he had the big night a couple of nights ago when he nearly hit for the cycle. 3 for 5. He had a double, a triple, and a home run. Just couldn't get that single. 0-1. He had 2 shots at it. Only 4 players in Mariner history have hit for the cycle.
There's some interesting eye black going on today. Running right down the side of his cheeks.
There it is.
Well, he's the designated hitter today. Maybe he's having some fun with it. I'm sure he had a few laughs from the guys in the dugout, trying to keep things loose.
And a swing and a miss, and the count goes to 1-2. That is a lot.
It's a bright sunny day, right?
Nice guy, looks mean. Fouled away at the plate. Still 1-2. After this series, the Yankees come to town tomorrow night. Felix Hernandez against Phil Hughes. Make your plans to come on by Safeco Field. 3 games with New York. Off day on Thursday. Then the Rangers come to town next Wednesday. Outside, ball 2, 2-2. Want to remind everybody, Dave Niehouse's statue unveiling will be on Friday. Come out to the ballpark early. That's September the 16th. So come on by on the 16th. See Dave's statue. It's going to be out there in the right center field pavilion. And the game on Saturday against Texas will be a 4:10 start. Fouled away at the plate, and the count is still 2-2 on Miguel. Dave's statue will be out there in right center field. Fans will have a chance to go out there and have their picture taken alongside Dave. Ground ball right side, gets on through, a base hit for Miguel Olivo. So 1 on and 1 away for the Mariners here in the second. That'll bring up center fielder Casper Wells.
Olivo, after fouling off a number of pitches, off-speed pitches, is he paying his setup away? Again, a good pitch on the outside corner, and Olivo going with the pitch. The second baseman Getz was playing up the middle, so Miguel takes advantage of a hole that was over on the right side of the infield.
So Miggy on at first base with 1 down, and here's Casper Wells hitting overall .240 on the year. His numbers between the Tigers and the Mariners. Soft toss to first. Miggy gets back.
10 home runs on the year for Casper. Getting a chance to play center field.
Franklin Gutierrez a week or so ago going on the disabled list for the remainder of the year with that strained oblique. It's a tough injury to come back from. 0-1 on Wells. There's a look at Franklin. A tough year for Gutierrez as well. Mike, he started the year on the DL, missed the first month and a half with the stomach gastritis. A move to first base, and Olivo gets back in time.
Well, it started actually last year, then dealt with it through the winter. You can see Olivo leaning towards second, Abel diving to the back part of the bag. That's what you want to do. Make the tag a longer tag for the first baseman Hosmer, and that's probably the difference in him being called safe. But Franklin, it's tough. You had to deal with a lot. If you don't have your health and you lose a bunch of weight, it's a tough game to play on a daily basis. So get an early start to his winter to try to get stronger and be healthy coming into spring training next year.
That's the key. Get healthy. Ground ball to third. Charging Navarro, but a second for one, and that's all they're going to get. Wide throw, and Getz made sure he got the force at second on Miguel Olivo for the second out of the inning. So one aboard, well safe at first on a 5-4 fielder's choice now with 2 outs.
And you can see the throw going back into second base as Getz. Left foot on the bag as he makes the catch. And then Olivo comes sliding in, gets aware of that. Olivo always going to go in hard to try to break up the double play, a clean play from Olivo. Getz does the right thing. Don't try to too much just get the out in that situation.
Play like a first baseman.
Sometimes you have to.
So Wells on at first base, and here's catcher Josh Bard. Line drive left field, but Alex Gordon is there to make the catch, and that will end the inning. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 man left on. And after 2 innings of play, Mariners nothing, Kansas City nothing. Sunday afternoon here in Seattle. Here's a look at our AT&T trivia question. More of a comment. What's your opinion? Which player is your Mariners Rookie of the Year? Do you think it's Michael Pineda, Dustin Ackley, Casper Wells, or Mike Harp? Text A, B, C, or D to 95323. We'll keep a running poll on your choice for the Mariners Rookie of the Year. Catcher Brian Pena leading off the top of the third, and the sturdy backstop for the Royals takes a pitch inside from Anthony Vasquez, ball 1. He's built like a catcher, isn't he, Blow? Fly ball down the right field line, slicing foul and out of play, and the count is even at 1-1.
I was watching the guys get loose before the game, and Olivo was out running, stretching his legs out, and so was Pena in there standing next to him. He looks like Olivo's younger brother.
Strong kid.
Both of them strong is correct.
This is his first appearance of the series. Fouls one back off the screen, and the count is 1-2 strikes. We're getting some of the fan votes in right now for their choice for Mariner Rookie of the Year. Right now,
Dustin Ackley.
Ackley's leading with 59% of the vote. One hopper to short. Brendan Ryan is there. And out at first base, Pena hustling up that line. So one away for Kansas City. Nice start for Anthony Vasquez.
I think this is his 4th start. This has been the best that we've seen from him as far as starting the game.
Yeah. 3 runs for the Royals last night right away. 2 nights ago, as you take a look at second baseman Chris Getz, 2 nights ago the Royals had a 2-0 lead 3 batters into the ball game against Blake Bevan. Billy Butler had an infield out. that scored a run, but before that, Alex Gordon led off the game at the first pitch with a home run. Fly ball, shallow left center field. On the run, Wells and Karp, and Mike Karp makes the catch. So Getz flies out, 2 outs for the Royals. But after that, Mike, in that ball game, Blake Bevan really settled down. At one point, retired 13 in a row. The Mariners' offense really helped them out. They came back right away and scored 2 of their own in the bottom of the first.
They did, but let's give Blake some credit too. It looked like the game plan that he had started the game with wasn't working.
Right.
He was able to make a change after the first inning, and as you mentioned, he'd retired 13 in a row. The Royals were on his fastball in the first, and that's not an easy thing to do for pitchers that have been around for a while. When you talk about a rookie pitcher, that's a good sign.
Yeah.
It's good to see. So I'll give Bevan a lot of credit.
I like the fact that he turned around so quickly. I mean, the next inning, working with Miguel Olivo.
And take a look at the bunt. Ted Barrett, the home plate umpire, looked like it hit Escobar on the leg before he was out of the box, so that'll be a foul ball.
0-1 the count on Alcides Escobar, batting .244, way outside for ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. Line drive, left field base hit. Escobar on at first base with 2 down for Kansas City. That'll bring up leadoff batter Alex Gordon. Vasquez, one of 18 rookies on the Mariners this year. 15 are with the club right now. Look at this Sunday afternoon here at Safeco Field. Looking across the ballpark to CenturyLink Stadium, home of the Seahawks and the Sounders. What a day out for baseball. Toss to first base. Escobar back to the bag.
Gordon's first time up. Vasquez started him off with a changeup. One of the things that we've seen from Gordon in this series is he's been aggressive on the fastball early in the count.
And another move to first base. Escobar is spinning his wheels, but is able to get back.
Tim McClellan, the first base umpire.
Big Tim worked the plate in the opening game of the series. Swing and a miss out in front of that off-speed pitch. 0-1 on Gordon.
Topping out at 89 miles an hour. See his changeup down to 69.
Backing way off your fastball. Low and outside for ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. Vasquez only in his 3rd year of professional baseball. Last year he was at Class A Clinton, where he was 2-2 with a 1.29 ERA and 8 starts, and went to High Desert, where he was 7-4. Popped up, shallow left field. Mike Karp shading his eyes. He's there and drops the ball. Escobar running third, heading home. The throw in, cut off by Ryan. The relay to the plate, not in time. And the Royals have a 1-0 lead. That one got in the sun, and Mike Karp had a rough time out there off his glove. Gordon winds up on at second base, and Escobar scores. He's going with 2 outs. The Royals have the
it's
first
one
run.
of the things that we talked about at the start of the game, the sun. You can see Mike, he has his glasses on, trying to shade his eyes using his glove to follow it, and stays with it as long as he can as it goes off the end of his glove. I won't be surprised if we don't see that happen to somebody else in this game as Escobar comes around to score.
And that is going to be a sun double for Alex Gordon, his 44th double of the season.
So he'll pick up an RBI.
As Escobar scores, and here is Melky Cabrera, and he looks at ball 1. His teammate Jeff Francoeur also has 44 doubles. Inside on Cabrera, ball 2, 2 balls and no strikes. This guy has 39 doubles, and Butler has 38. Off the end of the bat, foul, and the count goes to 2-1.
Last pitch is something that Vasquez is going to have to do as he progresses throughout his career. when he's behind in the count, he has to be able to throw his breaking ball or his changeup, which he just threw, and be able to get a strike so he can get back in the count. He cannot fall behind and challenge hitters with his fastball.
36 pitches, 26 for strikes. Curve swung on, bounced out to Ryan at short. The throw to Smoke, and it's in time to get Cabrera for the final out of the inning, but the Royals get a run on that Sun double by Alex Gordon. We go to the bottom of the third. Kansas City leads 1-0.
Bottom of the third inning. Hi, everybody. Angie Mentink here at the Northwest Sports Desk. The Yankees down in Los Angeles. We'll see them tomorrow. Today, they're the Angels looking for the sweep against New York. And it looks good early. They get off to a good start versus former Mariner Freddie Garcia. In the bottom of the first, Howie Kendrick goes deep for a 2-run blast. Right now, it's 3-2. Rick?
All right, thanks, Angie. We go to the bottom of the third, 1-0 Kansas City, and the young man from Italy, Alex Liddy, leading off the bottom of the third, and he takes a look at ball one from Everett Tiford. Liddy 1 for 6 in the big leagues a couple of nights ago. His first major league hit scorched a double off the base of the wall in the left field. His mom and dad here at the ballpark put up some mighty big numbers down at Tacoma this year. 30 home runs, Mike. 104 runs batted in, and how about this? 121 runs scored in 138 games. 1-2 on Alex.
As he gets more comfortable, I think we'll see him more aggressive as he has been in this at bat.
2 games in the show, 1 for 6. Popped up out of play on the first base side. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Looks like a good athlete. We've seen him make some plays at third.
Yeah.
Had a chance to see him run the bases. He runs well. And the double that you were talking about was a line drive. He was able to get over Gordon's head before he could hardly turn around.
Yeah. A real nice play down in Anaheim in his debut, and a ball hit behind the bag at third, and a ball hit by Torrey Hunter. Ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Mike, the first test for a rookie, a hitter hit the inside fastball. Is that the first thing that comes out of the chute for a young hitter, or what? What is it?
Most of the time, the rookies, the young hitters, are here because he lines this one to shortstop, are here because they can hit the fastball. I think they'll prove that right away. Otherwise, that they wouldn't be here. They can handle the fastball. Take a look at the swing by Liddy. He has to reach out this fastball away from him, and he hooks it, a line drive back to the shortstop. And then it is, okay, here comes the breaking ball. Here comes the changeup. Now, just because you're ahead 2-0, 3-1 doesn't mean we're going to give you a room service fastball. We're going to locate it, or we're going to be able to throw our breaking ball for a strike. And that is when the adjustments come. And getting an understanding of that and realizing how important going over the scouting reports, watching some tape on the pitchers. Nothing like getting in the batter's box and seeing it, Rick, but you have to go through that. That's why it's a difficult thing sometimes.
Ichiro, little roller to second, and the throw to first by Getz is in time to get Ichiro hustling up that line for the second out of the inning. So 2 up and 2 down, 1-0 Kansas City here in the bottom half of the third.
Close play. Tim McClellan, the first base umpire, Gets it right. Looked like the ball was there just before Ichiro steps on the base.
And it'll bring up shortstop Brendan Ryan. Mariners say goodbye to Kansas City for the year after the ball game. Ground ball to third. Up with the ball, Navarro. His toss across, and it's in time to get Ryan for out number 3. And we go to the 4th hour score. Royals 1 and the Mariners nothing. Number 4, and no, we won't. We will never forget. Here's a look at the fan poll. Which of the players is your Mariner Rookie of the Year? Pineda, Wells, Ackley, or Carp? And right now, 50% of the votes of the fans going to Dustin Ackley. All good choices. But what a year for Dustin.
The thing we were just talking about rookies and making adjustments and doing his consistency, Rick.
Yeah.
You normally don't see that out of a young player. They'll have their dips and then they'll get hot and have the dips again. If he has a few games like he has in this series, it's because he hasn't had the luck. It's because he's hit the ball hard at people. But he's consistently been between 290 and 300 the entire time.
Billy Butler line drive to right field. Ichiro trying for his shoestring catch, and he traps the ball. Base hit for Billy Butler, leading off the top half of the 4th inning.
Solid line drive from Butler as Ichiro comes in and tries to get his glove underneath it. Clearly hits the grass. Be a base hit for Butler.
And good call by the second base umpire, Marvin Hudson, going out to make the call on the play. So Butler out at first base, and that'll bring up Eric Hosmer. Man, this guy takes a big cut. It's fun to watch during BP. Strike on the outside corner. The count is 0-1. This kid hits a baseball a long way. He was called up from Omaha on May the 6th, and it still was named the Royals Player of the Month for May. 0-2 on Hosmer. Vasquez looking to even up his record in the big leagues. Right now at 1-2 in 3 starts. Fly ball center field. Casper Wells camps underneath, and he makes the catch for the out. One away for the Royals here in the 4th inning.
And again, because Vasquez throwing his off-speed pitches, he beats Hosmer with an 87-mile-an-hour fastball. You can see him try to pull his hands inside and hit the lazy fly ball to center field.
1 on and 1 away. And here is Jeff Francoeur. Fly ball, shallow right center field. Ichiro on the move, and he's there to make the catch. And enough hang time, and Ichiro hustles over to get to it, so 2 outs. Here's some of the other top rookies, Mike, around the American League. Man, these kids having a heck of a year, especially first baseman from the Angels, Mark Trumbo.
Mariners have seen a lot of Trumbo this year, 19 games against the Angels, and he's hit 6 home runs, 6 of his 26 home runs against the Mariners. So they've seen too much of Trumbo. But what a surprise for the Angels to have him in their lineup. 80 RBIs, leads the club in both those categories for the Angels.
They've never had a rookie lead the team in both categories. Salmon led the team one year in home runs. Other guys have led the club in RBIs, but not one guy leading in both categories, and he may do it.
Aaron Sebia, the catcher for the Jays. He looks like he's starting to make his adjustments. His average only 221, but he's been around 200 for at least for the first half of the season. He's had the power numbers, but the average wasn't there. But it looks like he's starting to get some hits.
2-0 the count on Navarro. The story for Trumbo too, Mike, that we talked about when we were down in Anaheim is that, you know, you had Kendry Morales, who was putting up huge numbers before the injury when he hit that walk-off grand slam against the Mariners in May of last year and broke his ankle. He had another surgery. He's out all of this year, and that opened up the door for Trumbo. Popped up behind home plate. Off of the mask is Josh Bart, and this one is going to be out of play. The count goes to 2-1. A little helicopter follow through, Mike, and the swing by Navarro. Navarro for 1 has flied out to Wells in center field. Kansas City getting their 1 run on that Sun double to left field last inning, the 3rd. Mike Carp just couldn't find it. Popped up right side of the infield. Dustin Ackley is there, and he makes the catch, and that's out number 3. Nice job in the early going for Anthony Vasquez. No runs, a hit, 1 man left on. We head to the bottom of the 4th. Royals lead 1-0. For your season-long support at the Fan Appreciation Celebration, you're going to want to be in attendance when the Mariners face the Rangers, because there's going to be more prizes given away throughout the game than ever before. Prizes include 42-inch TVs, a chance to throw out a first pitch in 2012, autographed memorabilia, and more. For tickets, visit Mariners.com. On attempt along the third base line, and Navarro can't find the handle. Dustin Ackley with a bunt single leading off the bottom of the 4th inning, and that was a beauty.
Great play by Ackley. As we were talking earlier, Rick, in this series, he's hit into some tough luck. But here, leading the inning off, sees the third baseman back, bunts it firmly to make sure that the pitcher can't make the play. Once it's by the pitcher, with Ackley's speed, put it in your pocket. That's a base hit. That's one way to get things started. Smart play by Ackley.
And now the Mariners have the tying run on at first base. Bunt single by Dustin. And here's left fielder Mike Carp. Breaking ball, cut on and missed. 0-1. These young players getting so much confidence throughout the course of the year. Seeing so much production right now. August and September. A lot of that hard work, Mike, paying off. Another breaking ball outside. Just 1 ball, 1 ball and 1 strike on Mike.
Tiefer dropping down, throwing sidearm on Carp. Pitchers will do that, trying to get the left-handed hitters have their front side fly open.
The outside corner, 1-2. What's it like for those left-handed hitters when Randy Johnson dropped down every so often?
Didn't see many left-handed hitters in the lineup that day.
You're right. Sometimes he would, and it was a rough night for those that said, "Okay, I'll face him." Down and away again. Ball 2, 2 balls and 2 strikes. How about John Krug in the All-Star game? That was entertaining. Line drive, right field, coming up is Francoeur to make the catch. The throw back to first on a hop and out at first base is Ackley. Jeff Francoeur again. Wow, what a play. 2 outs.
He sells this perfectly. He's running in. He looks like he's going to play it on a hop, then speeds up again to catch a line drive, and that's the reason why Ackley ends up in trouble. Francoeur with a strong arm and a great pick at first by Hosmer to keep his foot on the bag as he catches the short hop.
Francoeur
I was really hoping he was going to be the DH today, Francoeur.
Yeah, get him out of there. Yeah. Talked to him before the ball game. A tremendous game defensively. Here's Justin Smoak low for ball 1. Francoeur, when he was in Atlanta Brave back in 2007, won a Gold Glove. You can see why. Just an incredible series with the glove for Jeff Francoeur. And it was a good pick at first base by Hosmer. 1-1 on Smoak.
Justin Smoak hit the ball hard his first time up. Unfortunately, the line drive was at the shortstop Escobar, who made a diving catch.
I was talking with Francoeur before the ball game about the catch he made, robbing Ackley of the home run a couple of nights ago, and I said, "Did you see the replay?" He says, "Yeah, you know, the fan reached over and it ticked off the glove of the fan over the wall in right field, and then went into the glove of Francoeur." He said, "I saw it too, but," he said, "I think I still would have made the catch."
I think so too.
He said he was right there. Popped up, shallow right field, down the line, long run for Hosmer, but this one is going to be a foul ball. And it's still 1-2 on Smoak. Here's a look at the catch he made a couple of nights ago. Over the wall, there's the fan Mike with the glove reaching out. The gloves get mighty close together. Here comes the ball off the edge of the fan's glove and into the glove of Francoeur.
And that looked like he was going to make the catch, even if there wasn't that little bit of a deflection into the webbing of his glove. It looked like with his glove open that he had a chance to make the play.
How about the height he gets over that wall in right field?
It's the timing of it, because he plants a foot into the middle of the wall to help elevate himself.
Well hit left field, but back is Gordon to reach up and make the catch. Falls onto the warning track. What a shot by Smoak. Second hard hit ball he's had already in this game. He's lined out to short. And what a catch by Alex Gordon. We go to the top half of the 5th. Royals lead 1-0. It off Brian Pena, and he takes a strike from Anthony Vasquez. 0-1. Royals playing some kind of defense in this series. Alex Gordon making a fine catch. A ball hit by Smoke. Frank Core catch of a line drive, and he doubles up Dustin Ackley at first base. Mariners will be happy to see Frank Core leave, especially Dustin. 0-2. Up and in, ball one. Playing the first base side. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Anthony's father, Rudy, is a scout for the Angels. Area scout down in Texas. He's from San Antonio.
He was able to make 2 perfect pitches to get ahead of Pena. 0-2. This is the hardest part for young pitchers, making the 3rd pitch to put the hitter away. Whether you strike him out, pop him up, have him hit a weak ground ball, doesn't matter. Okay, there you go.
Got him. Ground ball to short, and Pena's out at first base.
That is something for Anthony in his first few outings he's struggled with, but today he has been much better.
If you do that, Mike, especially early in the ball game, you can save that pitch count and get deeper into the game.
Well, there's a couple of things with him. He pitches to contact.
Yeah.
The earlier in the at bat, the better for him. But to do that, you have to show the other club that you can throw strikes, command the strike zone, so that they'll be more aggressive. And the more aggressive that they are, the more he can start to take off of his fastball or use his changeup more, throw the slow breaking ball, and get some quick outs.
Thank you, Jamie Moyer. Foul ball down the right field side by Chris Getz, and the count is 0-2. You have to go strike 1.
Well, that helps. Best pitch in baseball, right?
Yes, exactly.
Okay. So for him, the thing I like, it makes him more efficient, which has been a struggle for him. And he's throwing strikes today. You look at him, 55 pitches, 41 strikes, only 14 balls, 17 batters faced, 12 first pitch strikes to go along with what you're talking about, Rick. Those are all great signs for the young man. And sometimes, Rick, you get beat around a little bit before you finally say, you know what, enough's enough. I'm not going to worry about it anymore. I'm not going to think about all the other things that could happen. I'm just going to go out and pitch my game. It takes a little while, but today, so far, he's commanded the strike zone.
Doing a super job right now. Put a little on, take a little off.
Take a look at the CenturyLink high-speed pitch. T-Ford at 93, 89 miles an hour for Vasquez.
A little higher than we've seen.
Well, and the other thing to it, it catches a piece of his leg, it looks like.
That's too bad. At an 0-2 pitch, he was battling, just trying to run that pitch inside, and loses, gets hit by a pitch.
Looks like he catches a little bit of the shirt, his jersey.
Yeah, right here, right on the jersey. 1 on, 1 away, 1-0 Royals. Top half of the 5th. Here's Alcides Escobar. Singled, and he scored the lone run of this game. 0-1. Escobar checking in with third base coach Eddie Rodriguez, former Mariner coach a few years back. Moved to first, and back in time is Getz. Getz a stolen base last night. He has 20 steals on the year. He's been safe 83% of the time.
Vasquez has a good move to first, and he will change it up. Don't forget, he's a good athlete. He played center field at USC.
Check swing. Fastball is high, but did he go? Yes, he did. The appeal down to Tim McClellan, the first base umpire, and the count is 0-2 in Escobar. Now where does he go? At 0-2 on Escobar. Nice to get a ground ball right here. Try to get out of the inning. Had the double play ball back in the first. Over to first to get Getz back.
He has a lot of options. See what he and Bard can go to. If it were me, I would go up out of the strike zone again. Climb the ladder on him. He just chased a pitch out of the zone. See if he'll chase another one.
And another move to first base. Anthony's best start of the year, his 4th start in the big leagues. Won his debut back on August the 23rd in Cleveland. He went up and away, Mike. Check swing. He didn't go this time, says Tim McClellan. Ball 1, 1 ball and 2 strikes.
I think this is smart. You just had him chase a pitch up out of the zone. This one a little bit higher.
He tried to.
He tried to.
It's that old catcher, Mike.
That's the old hitter that used to chase that pitch. Jimmy. A little more like it.
1 on, 1 away. Anthony still studying the signs from Bart. These two worked very well together in his last time out. Back up the middle and into center field. A base hit for Escobar, and that'll get Getz down to second base. Up with the ball is Casper Wells. Escobar's second base hit of the afternoon, and now 2 on for the Royals.
And in a 1-2 count, that pitch catches too much of the strike zone. After a couple of fastballs, he ends up throwing a breaking ball, but it's in the middle of the plate. He has room to do more with that pitch. That's a mistake, and Josh Bart immediately out to the mound before the ball is even picked up by Casper Wells to let him know that.
Just flipped it up there, didn't quite finish it.
The location of it, you can't. Right there, Bart, I would bet he probably wanted that pitch buried in the dirt. See if we can get him to chase this next one, and instead he just rolls it up in the middle of the plate. Again, a young pitcher. We've seen it from Michael Pineda this year. He's done the same type of thing. You have to learn.
A couple of 2-strike mistakes.
Well,
he's learning.
It's one thing to do it on a 2-2 or a 3-2 pitch, because you don't want to get to 3-2 or you have to throw a strike. But when you're ahead 1-2, you still have some room. And with his command and the amount of strikes he's throwing today, throwing a strike is not an issue. Throw a pitch in the dirt and see if you can get him to chase that one.
Alex Gordon takes down and away for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes.
And the difference between him and Michael, obviously, is about 10 miles an hour on the fastball.
Yeah.
Michael can make more mistakes and get away with it. Vasquez's his margin of error is much smaller, so he has to be more precise. But that's okay. He's been doing that today. It's a mistake that Bard went out and addressed right away.
On a play on the left field side by Gordon. The count is 2-1. I mean, the learning process just continues. Not game to game. It's pitch to pitch.
And you'll find out. This is a different level of baseball than he probably gets away with that pitch half the time at AAA. Oh, yeah. Maybe a little bit more at AA. Up here, those percentages go way down. These guys hit mistakes and they hit them hard.
Looking for that ground ball. Gordon with that Sun double and the run batted in. Ground ball, foul up the first base side, and the count is even on Alex at 2 balls and 2 strikes. He hit that pop up into left field. Mike Harp was trying to get a beat on it, stayed in the sun, and just tipped off his glove with 2 outs. Escobar was running, so he was able to score on the play with the only run of the game. And look at that.
Location of those pitches down.
That's how you get that ground ball. Ryan trying to keep Getz close at second. And Vasquez turn around and look to get Getz back to the bag himself.
I like that little move in this situation with one out. Little spin move towards second. You have a base runner in Getz who's a base stealer. Base stealers, guys that want to steal, they're going to be aggressive on first moves, and by that little spin move, he's not going to. Great pitch there. Wow. Locks him up with a breaking ball, but he's not going to pick him off, and he's not intending to. He's just trying to take some of the aggression out of Getz in the base stealing, and then he comes back with a breaking ball outside corner. And you can see Josh Bart set up off the plate away and comes back and frames it on the corner, holds it there for a second. Give the home plate umpire, Ted Barrett, a good look at it.
2 outs, 2 strikeouts for Vasquez, both times striking out Alex Gordon. So 2 on 2 away from Melky Cabrera, tough hitter. Up and away, ball 1.
It's been a great pickup for the Royals, hasn't he?
Big time. 299 hitter.
Former Yankee. Things didn't work out in Atlanta. Royals pick him up, and
Things work out. Line drive into center field. Coming up, Wells slides and he makes the catch. Casper Wells at the last second going into a slide. He gets to it and he makes the grab, and that'll end the inning. No runs, 1 hit, and 2 left on. We go to the bottom of the 5th, halfway point. Royals lead 1-0. From Safeco Field, Miguel Olivo leads it off. He's the DH today. Both catchers are in the lineup. Miguel is the DH. Bard doing the catching this afternoon, working with the kid Vasquez. Ball 1 the count. Miggy hit the ball hard his last time up in the right field for a single. 1-1 the count. Aaron is with 3 hits off of Everett Tiefer. Tiefer doing a heck of a job in his first big league start. Tiefer, the 12th round pick by the Royals in June of 06. Fouled away in the third base side, 1-2. Last year spent most of the season at AA Northwest Arkansas. Had a big year in AA, 14 wins. Led the Texas League. He was 14-3 with a 3.36 ERA, 27 games, 12 starts.
This will be the 60th pitch for him, so he's about reached his limit. The bullpen is up.
Swing and a miss. Miggy went fishing for 1 down and away for strike 3. So 1 out for the Mariners here in the 5th.
He has pitched well, but this will certainly be his last inning as Blake Wood gets loose, the right-hander for the Royals.
3 strikeouts now for Tiefer and manager Ned Yost. Pitching coach Bob McClure have to be pretty pleased with this young man's performance.
How about Casper Wells? Great sliding catch. Here he gets to hit in this inning. How about a home run, Rick?
Sounds good. Swing and a miss by Casper in the count, 0-1. Safe in a fielder's choice in the second.
Casper with 10 home runs on the year.
We were talking between innings, Mike. Good athlete, runs well, great arm.
He's interesting to me. He can do a lot of things. Runs well, as you mentioned, great arm, has power, obviously.
What I like about the guy, Mike, is he's a gamer. He plays
I think that's something that Eric Wedge has talked about on a number of occasions on some at-bats that he has had. Sticking his nose in there and not giving in at critical points in the game. And Eric appreciates that. Whether he gets a hit or not, the fact that he's willing to get in there and battle. He likes that.
It's funny you should put it that way, because literally he did stick his nose in there. The 97-mile-an-hour fastball from Brandon Morrow, and it hit him.
That was
scary.
Really scary.
Oh. Low and inside, ball 3. 3-1 the count, and I don't care who you are. It's got to be rough to get back in there after something like that, because you take a deep sigh. I mean, that could have been a whole lot worse. Still scary it got you where it did.
Next time you get in there, it'll be in the back of your mind, but I think after you get through the next at bat, you've done it so often, you've done it your entire life, you lose sight of that. And You realize if you want to have success, that's something that you have to put out of your mind, and Casper has done that.
And a one-out walk. The Mariners have the tie and run aboard here at the bottom of the 5th inning. Let's take a look at the Mariners calendar, brought to you by Sleep Country USA. Here come the Bronx Bombers tomorrow night. Derek Jeter and company for a 3-game series. Off day on Thursday, and then the Texas Rangers come to town Friday night, September the 16th. The Dave Niehaus statue unveiling here at the ballpark. And that game on the 17th is a 4:10 start. Saturday, September the 17th.
All 6 of those games here at home are critical games for the Yankees, the 3 that they're going to play, and the critical games with the Rangers next weekend. Here at Safeco Field are critical games. The Rangers trying to hang on. They're ahead of Oakland right now, 4-0 in the 7th. The Angels ahead of the Yankees, 5-4 in the 5th. And things have really tightened up in the wild card race in the American League.
Because of the Tampa Bay Rays.
The Rays beat Boston again today. Now they've won 4 in a row. Boston has lost 5 in a row. They beat Boston 9-1. That is a final.
3.5 behind Boston.
So it's getting tight in the wild card race. And the Angels are hanging in there. If they can't run down Texas, the Angels will be in there. So a big series coming up for the Mariners and the Rangers this coming weekend. Those games will mean a lot.
Hard fouls one away and then taps it with his bat again, and the count 0-2 on Josh. How good is Joe Madden of Tampa Bay? He lets these guys get loose.
And that's the thing, and I'm guilty of it too. Every year you go at it and you think, okay, well, it's going to be Boston or New York in the East, and whoever doesn't win the East, that'll be the wild card. It hasn't been the case. The last 2 out of the last 3 years, Tampa is the team that has come out of it, and they're playing well again. Again, not giving up. Joe Madden, he's done a great job with Tampa.
We brought up a good point. You and I were talking before the ball game about that ball club, and says, yeah, they have a good time. He's loose with that team. They have the dress up, road trips, and things like that. But when they walk in the clubhouse, it's time to play baseball. They know how to play the game.
They play hard. They run the bases hard. They're aggressive.
One on, one away. Bottom of the 5th. Bart calls time. Tiefert taking a lot of time.
We're talking about the young players for the Mariners. Some of the young players for the Mariners can make an impact on what the postseason is going to look like because of the schedule that they have.
What I think that's good for Mike is they continue with our tested. Strike 3 called on Bard. Josh Carr looking, another strikeout, the 4th for Tiefert. So 1 on and 2 outs. Now 1-0. Is that your young guys, Eric Wedge's young guys, are going against teams that are playing their best right now to try to get to the playoffs.
They're going to do everything that they can to try to win the game that night. And I think that is an atmosphere and an environment as a player, especially the young players. You mentioned 15 rookies with the Mariners that you want to be in. That's how you grow, competing against that.
Here's third baseman Alex Liddy. Go ahead, run at the plate. This guy has some pop in that bat. Fouls one away on the first base side, and the count is 0-1 from San Remo, Italy. First player from Italy, born, bred, raised, developed there in Italy to play in the big leagues. A couple of years ago, hit .345 at A-ball. Last year at Double-A, led the league in RBIs with 92. 100-plus RBIs down at Tacoma this year. And the guy who really helped him out at AAA was Alonzo Powell. And we asked him, what kind of adjustments did he make? He said more mental than the physical adjustments about what the pitcher was trying to do. Fouled away by Liddy. And the count is no balls and 2 strikes.
And that is something that Chris Chambliss has had to do a lot of this year with all the young hitters. Staying with them, talking to them about their ABs. What were you looking for? What were you thinking? Yeah. Things like that. More than the mechanics of their swings and what they're doing. It's more the mental side of the game.
That's when Alex said he really took off this year. Down at Tacoma, fouls away a pitch, and the count is still 0-2 on Liddy.
I think he thought he punched out. He looked like he was walking back to the dugout. I think he thought Pena held on to it.
Good kid, fun to talk to. His mom, Flavia, took him all over the country along with his younger brother Thomas to get to games to have enough players to play. Swing and a miss for strike 3, and that will retire the side as Tiefert, that may be it for him. 5 innings, strikes out the side here in the 5th, and we go to the 6th. Our score: Kansas City 1 and the Mariners nothing. Is brought to you by Jack in the Box. For a limited time, Jack's really big chicken sandwich combo is back for only $3.99 plus tax. And by AT&T. What a day out for baseball here in Seattle as we head to the top half of the 6th inning. Royals lead it 1-0. Designated hitter Billy Butler leads it off. Strike 1 from Vasquez, who's been very, very good this afternoon. His 4th major league start. Right now, keeping the Royals hitters off balance. Broken bat ground ball to short, scooped up by Brennan Ryan, and Butler is out number 1. What has been the location, Mike, for Vasquez this afternoon?
Again, throwing strikes, working ahead of hitters, starting to change speed. 70 pitches for him. He had to work in the 5th, 22 pitches in the 5th inning. Was able to work out of that inning without giving up a run. He's given up 1 run in the game, and that was on a Sun double.
Yeah, that's it. Here's Eric Hosmer, and he takes a strike. 0-1. Here are the numbers for Vasquez and for Tiefert. Both very good outings.
I think Tiefert, I think his day is done. He's at 73 pitches, and we thought he would be around 60.
Blake Wood warming up one more time, so it looks like we're going to see Wood. Nice job by Everett Tiefert. First major league start. He's been working in relief. Popped up and out of play on the left field side, and the count is still 0-2. Vasquez started off the season at Double-A. Jackson, was 5-7 with a 3.77 ERA, then went to Tacoma, 4-3 record. Down and away, ball 1 ball and 2 strikes. His pitching coach down at Tacoma is here. Dwight Bernard has joined the ball club over the last few days. He'll stay with the club throughout the course of the season, the rest of the year, and he did a nice job down there. Line drive into the gap in right center field. Extra bases. Heading for second as Hosmer up with the ball as Ichiro gets a throw in, and Eric Hosmer on at second with a 1-out double. Say, friends, it's Tuesday when the Mariners host the Yankees. It's Puget Sound Energy and GE Energy Efficiency Night here at the ballpark. All fans will have a chance to win one of 75 GE Energy Smart LED bulbs. Plus, one grand prize winner receives a suite of efficient GE Profile appliances valued at over $10,000. Great tickets are still available for Tuesday's Mariners-Yankees game. Purchase your tickets at mariners.com. Jeff Francoeur with a strike going 1. 23 hitters, 16 first pitch strikes for Vasquez. Hosmer lead at second. One and one. September could be a rough month for rookies their first time around in the minor leagues. You play April through late August, usually around September the 1st, the season over. Popped up shallow right, going out Ackley, battling the sun, but he's got an angle and he makes the catch for the second out of the inning.
Thought when he was turning that he was getting into the sun and he had to turn his back to it to get an angle. It can be a difficult play, but he made it look easy, right?
Nice play by Dustin Ackley. Here's that double that burrows into the dirt underneath the padding of the wall in right center field. That double by Hosmer. 1 on 2 outs.
Looking at that, you think he put some backspin on the ball?
Yeah. That's how hard that kid hits the baseball. Michael Navarro takes a strike, 0-1, another first pitch strike.
That's one of the reasons why he gets tremendous carry when he barrels a ball up. It gets tremendous backspin on it.
That ball still had plenty of steam, Mike, when it hit the wall and right. Popped up, foul, first base side, and right over the top of the Mariner dugout. Man almost makes the catch, and the count is 0-2 on Navarro.
80 pitches for Anthony, 59 strikes. That's a ratio you like to see. 21 balls.
Very good afternoon.
24 batters he's faced, 17 first pitch strikes, right? And he's been able to do it with his changeup and his curveball. He's just not trying to throw his fastball in there. He's using all of his pitches to get ahead of hitters.
That's a good sign because these Royals, Mike, they can jump in a first pitch fastball. Broken bat, one hopper right to short. The base runner Hosmer trying to screen Brendan Ryan, but no problem for Brendan. Takes care of Navarro over at first base to end the inning. No runs, a hit, a man left on. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Royals 1, Mariners nothing.
Seattle Mariners baseball on Root Sports is brought to you by Snoqualmie Casino, Seattle's premier entertainment, gaming, and dining destination. By Geico, 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. And by Sterling Savings Bank. Visit one of our 178 branches. Go to sterlingsavingsbank.com. I don't know if you guys have ever tried that paddle boarding, but it's really hard, Rick.
It's a funny looking canoe. Looks like they're having a great time. A look inside Safeco Field. What a Sunday afternoon out for baseball. 1-0 Royals lead as we go to the bottom half of the 6th inning. Look at the skyline across Elliott Bay. Oh, man, what a day. New pitcher for the Royals, big right-hander Blake Wood will take over in relief from Everett Tiefert. Did a heck of a job, 5 scoreless innings. Ichiro to lead it off, and he backs away from the pitch inside. Ball 1.
We've seen the Royals consistently do that throughout the series. Fastballs inside, trying to stay on the hands of Ichiro. Wood has a good one. He'll be 95 to 96 miles an hour with his fastball. Hard slider.
1-1 the count on Ichiro. Ichiro today is flied out to Gordon left. He's also grounded out to Getz at second base, and he was almost beat it out. 1-2 foul balls. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Ichiro. Trying to get something going here in the 6th off of Wood. 5 innings for Tiefert. Gave up only 3 hits. Mike walked only 1. Struck out 5. He struck out the side in the 5th inning. His first major league start. Here are the numbers for Wood. Still 1-2. Wood 6'5", 230. That makes his home in Suwanee, Georgia. Right on the border of Georgia and Tennessee. Fouled away. Still 1-2. When I was at Memphis, I did football for Division III college, Southwestern at Memphis. We had a quarterback by the name of Craig Solomon. We went to Suwanee, and can't remember the name of the school we played. Fouled away by Ichiro. Still 1-2. Craig Solomon liked to throw the football. So did the coach. Dick Thornton played in the Canadian Football League. He threw 67 passes that day.
Were you one of the receivers catching those passes?
No, I had to broadcast the game from the back row of the bleachers.
Really?
I couldn't even get in the press box. I was standing at the back row of the bleachers with the fans all around me. It was great. Down the left field line, foul out of play. The count is still 1-2. They stuck a phone outside. They said, "Where do I sit?" I mean, the press box was smaller than our dugout. He said,
wouldn't let you in the press box?
You're outside. No, I broadcast from the back row of the bleachers. I said, this could be a miserable afternoon, or I can make it fun. I decided to make it fun. And a great time with the fans. Suwanee, Georgia. Inside on Ichiro, ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Ground ball to Getz at second base, charges it, and 1 away for the Mariners here in the bottom half of the 6th. Brings up Brendan Ryan. Well, all you had to do is walk outside or take a look outside. You got yourself a beautiful Sunday here in the Northwest. These are the days that we look forward to. Cold, cloudy, rainy days of winter, early spring. Summer's sticking around, Mike.
I love it.
Oh. Brendan Ryan shortens up the bunt, takes a strike, and the count is 0-1.
Brendan took a peek down at third baseman Navarro. He was back. Moved up a couple of steps now.
Not a bad idea.
No, catch him sleeping. Get yourself a base hit.
Worked for Dustin Ackley. Cut on and missed, and the count is 0-2. Shadows of the upper deck starting to creep out toward home plate. Strike 3 called. Brendan Ryan caught looking. Blake Wood with a strikeout, his first in relief, and 2 down for the Mariners here in the 6th. 1-0 Kansas City. Well, the Mariners and A's close out the 2011 season on Wednesday, September the 28th, and it's going to be Northwest Getaways Night right here at the ballpark. All fans will have a chance to win great trips around our region, including a 2-night stay and a $200 resort credit at the beautiful Cedar Brook Lodge right here in Seattle. For more information or tickets to Northwest Getaways Night, visit mariners.com/getaways. Here's second baseman Dustin Ackley. Takes a strike on the outside corner. 0-1 the count.
Blake Wood has come out of the bullpen and thrown strikes. 13 pitches, 11 strikes.
Petro made him work a little bit here in the 6th. Down and in, gets away from Pena, the catcher. Ball one ball and 1 strike on Dustin. Sure like this kid's approach. Dustin Ackley starts off, Mike, with that open stance and just kind of leans into the pitch.
He looks relaxed, never in a hurry.
On the outside corner, 1 ball and 2 strikes.
It's like Ted Barrett starting to open up the strike zone a little bit. Those couple of pitches that he's called strikes on Dustin look like they're running off the plate.
Look where Pena sets up. And that is outside, ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Brian Runge had a nice strike zone for the pitchers last night, but he was consistent, Mike. And those pitches were there. In the dirt, down and in, ball 3, full count 3-2. Mariner hitter struck out 16 times last
It's
time.
frustrating for a hitter when you take pitches that you think is a ball. And everything is so precise at this level. But I really enjoyed Eric Wedge's comments after the game.
Yeah.
And that was, if it's close enough for him to call, you have to be aggressive and fight those pitches off.
Got to cover those pitches. Popped up. Fouled and out of play. The count is still 3-2 on Dustin Ackley. Don't leave it in the hands of the home plate umpire.
That's right. Sean Kelly starting to warm up in the Mariners pen.
Good to have that kid back. Just over a year with the partial Tommy John surgery. And a swing and a miss by Ackley for strike 3. A couple of strikeouts for Blake Wood in relief. And we go to the top half of the 7th. Still our score. The Royals 1 and the Mariners nothing.
In the AL West, the Rangers score 4 runs in the bottom of the 5th inning, highlighted by a 2-run home run from Adrian Beltre. He's now got 2 in this game, and it's 7-0 in the bottom of the 7th. Rick and Mike, back upstairs.
All right, Angie, thank you. We go to the top half of the 7th inning. Brian Pena, Royals catcher, will lead it off. Anthony Vasquez has been outstanding. Starts him off with a slow breaking ball for a strike, and again, more first pitch strikes for Vasquez. One of the reasons why he's been successful this afternoon. Here he is pitching into the 7th inning for the first time in his young career. Up high for ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. Only his 4th major league start. Pena has bounced out twice. Down the right field side, foul and out of play. The count goes to 1-2.
He's been able to do that, Rick. Work ahead, 1-2 count. Disrupt the timing of the hitters. 84 pitches for Anthony.
Soft liner, right center field. That'll drop in a base hit. Over to cut it off in the gap is Casper Wells. So Brian Pena on at first to lead things off here in the 7th inning. So Kelly getting loose down to the bullpen. Here's that last pitch, Mike.
87-mile-an-hour fastball. Been able to get Pena to roll over on pitches away from him. A couple of ground outs to the shortstop. That time he fights it off and hits it into right center.
Here's Getz. Turns the bunt, lays it down, first base side. That'll advance the runner. Bobbled by Vasquez. Wheels, throws the first, and it hit Getz in the backer off the glove of Smoke, and everybody is safe. So a sacrifice bunt for Getz because it gets Pena down to second. And that is going to be there on the throw by the pitcher, Vasquez.
See Vasquez come over. He looks like he's in good shape. I think he still had a chance with the throw. The throw is back into the runner. Getz. A tough play for the first baseman as he tries to reach around him or behind him. Actually hits Getz in the backside.
So the Royals have 2 on with nobody out here in the 7th inning. They lead it 1-0. Eric Wedge going out to make the change, and that's it for Vasquez. We'll be back after this timeout. The Royals have 2 on with nobody out, and here are the numbers, Mike, for Anthony Vasquez.
6+ innings for him, 7 hits. Pitched well today, 1 run. It was earned, and on that run, it was a sun fly ball out to left field. Carp couldn't come up with it. It was a double. It drove in the 1 run that he's given up so far. 2 strikeouts, big key, no walks, 83 pitches for Anthony. He is responsible for both runners.
And the new pitcher's right-hander Sean Kelly.
Sean, just 4 innings pitched for him. Coming back off the DL. He's pitched well. He's given up 1 hit over those 4 innings.
Sean worked a couple of nights ago. 1 2/3 scoreless innings. Gave up a hit and a strikeout. He'll face Escobar. The Mariners looking for another sacrifice from Escobar. Close at third is Liddy, and Smoke close at first base. Pena's on at second. Gets at first. And Escobar shortens up to bunt, and he takes a pitch up and in. Ball 1. Escobar is 2 for 2 on the day. Inside the dugout, Ned Yost with the sunglasses on, and then there's John Gibbons on the right there. On attempt, and it's fouled away. Bard picks it up, throw down to third, and the count is even on Escobar at 1 ball and 1 strike.
For Liddy, this is the toughest play he's going to have to make. As a third baseman, typically you go with the number 1 play, and that is he has to read the bunt and decide quickly, right away, whether he has to come in and field it or he's going to go back and cover third. So he has to make a decision and then make the play afterwards. Escobar's job is to bunt the ball firmly towards third. But Liddy has to give the pitcher Kelly an opportunity to field it because they may be able to get the run to the lead runner at third base. If he feels that Kelly can't make the play, then he has to come in and make it. And when you have a hitter like Escobar who can run, it's a difficult play to make, and you have to be sure right away.
And had all those options. And look at that, a turnaround look by Kelly, and I don't know if Escobar was just showing.
I think he's bunting
with 2 strikes, so may still be on. And let's see if it is. Yep, shortens up to bunt. He's going to try with 2 strikes, and he fouls it away. That'll go in the book as a strikeout for Sean Kelly. You're right, Mike. He was still trying to bunt with 2 strikes. He fouled it off. So 1 out for the Royals here in the top half of the 7th. Just kind of jabbed at it, fouled it away.
We're talking about him having to bunt the ball firmly to third. If he's going to have to bunt with 2 strikes, he just needs to get it in play at that point. You don't want to try to do too much with it. Get it out there, and you just don't want to have to walk back to the dugout like he did, so the Mariners catch a break.
Just want to get it down somehow. 1 out, and here's Alex Gordon. And he takes a strike from Kelly, and the count is 0-1. Sean had that first Tommy John surgery when he was in college a long time ago. And a partial Tommy John surgery last year. Fly ball into the gap, deep left center field, back of the run. Carp to the 1-inch track, and this one is off the base of the fence. Pena running third, he'll score, gets around to third, and then at second goes Alex Gordon, Mr. Double this year. His second double of the afternoon, and the Royals now lead by a score of 2-0. What a year for Alex Gordon.
There's both RBIs in the game. Well, he gets a fastball away from him. Out in front a little bit, but he's able to catch it right in the middle of the barrel. Ball. Great carry. It's a warm day here, probably getting close to 90 degrees. This Carp gets it in quickly.
So now the Royals have runners out at second and third with 1 out and a run in. They're going to take the bat away from Melky Cabrera, load up the bases, and pitch to that guy, Billy Butler, the designated hitter.
We mentioned it before. All the first 5 in the Royals lineup having quality years, and I think Eric Wedge trying to get the righty-righty matchup and hopefully the double play so that he can get out of the inning.
So 1 more pitch coming up from Sean Kelly to load up the bases for the Royals, and there is ball 4. So Cabrera tosses the bat away, and here comes Butler, who, by the way, has bounced out twice to Brendan Ryan at short, once into a double play back in the first inning. So here's Billy Butler. He's hit into 14 double plays this year. 1 back in the first inning, and that's what Sean Kelly is looking for right here. 2-0 Royals. Strike 1-1. Field up a few steps. Butler, when he singled to right field in the 4th inning, broke an 0 for 18 stretch. Little pop up right side, shallow right field, going out Dustin Ackley, and Dustin is there to make the catch for the 2nd out of the inning. Second time that Ackley has made a play like that. First time by Jeff Francoeur last inning in the 6th. Well, the bases are loaded now with 2 outs.
Sean Kelly will have to make some quality pitches. Eric Hosmer, the first baseman, he has consistently hit the ball hard in this series. 287 with 17 home runs on the year.
Last time up, hit that double that burrowed under the wall in right field, and a big cut and a miss, and the count is 0-1 on Hosmer.
And a good fastball from Sean Kelly. 94 miles an hour. He's been around 91, maybe 92, but 94 miles an hour on that last fastball.
So that velocity coming back for Sean. Swing and a miss. Another big cut by Hosmer, and the count goes to 0-2. It doesn't get cheated.
Well, Kelly going right after him. 2 fastballs in a row.
Runner at every base, and the 0-2 swung on, hit high in the air to center field. Casper Wells going back to the 1-inch track to the wall. He's there and makes the catch. 404.5 feet from home plate. Casper Wells makes the grab for out number 3. Kansas City 1 run, and they leave the bases loaded. We go to the bottom of the 7th inning stretch time. We will keep it right here on this very special afternoon as we remember the events from 10 years ago for the singing and the playing of God Bless America.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairies to the oceans white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home.
Seventh inning stretch is brought to you by Washington's Lottery. Buy your hometown heroes raffle ticket from Washington's Lottery, on sale now. You play, veterans win. Nice crowd this afternoon. The Mariner Moose having a great time with the kids here at Safeco Field as we go to the the bottom half of inning number 7. The Royals lead by a score of 2-0. Kansas City picking up their second run of the game in the top half of the 7th, then leaving the bases loaded. Mike Carp to lead things off. 0-1.
Mariners offensively desperately need to get something going. Only 2 hits last night, 3 hits in the game today.
A couple of nights ago, Mike, 15 base hits. On the outside corners is played umpire Ted Barrett this afternoon, and the count is 0-2 on Mike. Splitter. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Third strikeout for Blake Wood. 1 out for the Mariners here in the bottom half of inning number 7. Brings up first baseman Justin Smoke. Justin, since coming off the disabled list on September the 1st, is hitting .343. 2 home runs, 6 runs batted in, and Mike is 0 for 2 on the day, but twice hit the ball hard.
And he'll turn around and hit left-handed now, starting the game hitting right-handed against the lefty. So with the right-hander, Blake Wood in the game, he'll hit left-handed.
Fastball for a strike 0-1. Did you ever try to switch hit when you were a kid?
A couple of days.
Experiment didn't last too long. What an advantage. Both sides of the plate. 0-2 the count on Smoke.
Blake Wood is throwing hard. His fastball has been 96, 97 miles an hour, and he has some movement, some good run on his fastball, running it away from the left-handers.
There's that good splitter. Look at Pena standing up. fouled on a play on the third base side, and the count is 0-2, just like the old days back in the 20s where guys just would stand up.
0-2 count. He wants to make sure that the pitcher gets the ball up out of the strike zone. That's the reason why he's standing up like that. You want in an 0-2 for him. He's just going to make sure this is where we need you to throw it, and they actually missed his spot. The pitch was down lower. Now he wants this one in the dirt.
Broken back ground ball right to second baseman Chris Getz, and the Mariners 2 outs here in the bottom half of the 7th inning. Well, when you're traveling outside of the Northwest this season, take the Mariners with you wherever you go. Subscribe to MLB.tv today to see every Mariners game live or on demand on your computer and your favorite devices. Visit Mariners.com to order and get more details. MLB.tv, baseball everywhere. 2 down, and here's designated hitter today, Miguel Olivo. Miggy 1 for 2, one of the few hits off starting pitcher Everett Teaford. Gave up only 3 hits over 5 scoreless innings. I want to say hello to Eula and Bill Stewart watching the game this afternoon in Ontario, Oregon. Big Mariner fans, a chance to watch the game on television. Hello, Eula and Bill from Ontario, Oregon. Going outside for ball 1, 1 ball and 1 strike. Outside for ball 2, 2-1. Brian Pena with that stretch of his right leg to the right, looking like Tony Pena. Tony used to sit on the ground sometimes, Mike, when he caught.
He had a great arm, didn't he?
Sure did. Sometimes threw from there too.
Yep. Miguel, after chasing a slider on the first pitch, has been able to work the count back in his favor. Well, leading the club in home runs, RBIs.
So he gets that 96-mile-an-hour fastball and a swing and a miss at 95. Full count. Miggy now 4 for 10 in the series with a home run, his 17th home run of the year, coming a couple of nights ago when he nearly hit for the cycle. Coming right at you. And a swing and a miss for strike 3. 4 strikeouts for Blake Wood in relief in a 1-2-3. Bottom of the 7th. We go to the 8th. Royals lead by a score of 2-0, and right-hander Chance Ruffin will come on in relief. Reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Seattle Mariners. Royals lead by a score of 2-0 as we go to the top half of the 8th inning. What an afternoon out for baseball. There's the folks out there in the pen area. A lot of kids here at the ballpark today. 20,951 on a gorgeous Sunday afternoon here in the Northwest.
Chance Ruffin will take things over from Sean Kelly. ERA at a 4.09. 11 innings for him. 10 strikeouts, 7 walks. Opponent's average 273. He has a 1-0 record. Eric Wedge asking Chance to go out there and keep the score right where it's at. Give the offense a chance to get on track. It's been a struggle for the guys offensively today. Just 3 hits in the game.
Mike, I've got 25 strikeouts for the Mariners the last 2 games. Jeff Francoeur leading off the inning with a drive down the right field line, but slices it foul and out of play. And the count is 0-1. Francoeur, Navarro, and Pena for the Royals here in the 8th.
Comes off of a couple of nights ago. They had, 15 hits? The Mariners did. Yeah, young players are going to be a little bit inconsistent, Rick.
Yep. 7-3 Mariners won that game 2 nights ago. Swinging a foul back by Francoeur, and the count is 0-2. Shadows over the upper deck getting closer and closer to the home plate area. 1 ball and 2 strikes. When were the shadows the biggest problem for you, Mike?
I would say when the shadow gets about halfway to the mound.
Soft liner left field. That's going to drop in. A base hit well in front of Carp. Jeff Francoeur with a leadoff single here in the top half of the 8th. Hey friends, tired of paying those high gas prices? Relax and ride Sound Transit. Visit soundtransit.org for details. Rick Reyes along with Mike Blowers, our associate director up here, Robbie Nielsen.
When the shadows start to creep out towards the mound, Rick, it's tough to see the spin of the ball. Once you pick up, the ball looks gray to you. It makes it difficult as a hitter. So
you'd like to see that spin if you can.
Well, you have to if you're going to give yourself much of a chance. Hopefully, Chance can get the Mariners back into the dugout quickly and give them an opportunity to hit before it becomes a problem.
Michael Navarro backs away from a good breaking ball for a strike. 0-1. Navarro has flied out twice and grounded out to shortstop Brennan Ryan. Oh. 1-1. Chance, son of former major leaguer Bruce Ruffin. Some pretty good years with the Philadelphia Phillies. Pitched about 12 years in the major leagues. His dad. Over to first base and back to the bag goes Francoeur. Chance coming over from the Detroit Tigers along with Casper Wells and Charlie Furbush, and also a young third baseman by the name of Francisco Martinez. Right now is at AA Jackson. Talking with some of the scouts. Very talented kid.
They like him, don't they?
They really do.
So we'll get a chance to see him in spring training this year.
Outside on Navarro, ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Fastball from Chance, 95 miles an hour, missed the outside corner. Ball just off the plate away.
Strike 3 called. Ruffin fans Navarro looking. 1 away for the Royals here in the 8th.
It's another fastball. You see the run on it, runs it right back on the outside corner. Looking 2-seam fastball.
1 on, 1 away, top of the 8th, and here's catcher Brian Pena. Just got word from the guys down in the truck that Francisco Martinez hit .310 this year down at AA Jackson in 33 games, and also hit for some power. General Manager Jack Sorensic loading up with a lot of talent in the last couple of years. High in the air. Shallow right center field. Coming in is Ichiro. Waiting. He's there and makes the catch for the second out of the inning. Well, next Sunday, the Mariners will celebrate the youngest fans here at Kids Appreciation Day. All kids 14 and under will take home a Moose poster thanks to Ivers and Kid Valley. Plus, there's going to be plenty of special prizes given away all afternoon long, including a Nintendo, Wii, and iPod, autographed baseballs, and more just for the kids. For tickets, visit mariners.com. Kids Appreciation Day. Sunday, September the 18th. Chris Getz takes a look at ball one. Remember that game on Saturday, September the 17th against Texas will start at 4:10. Saturday, September the 17th. And Dave Niehouse's statue will be unveiled on Friday, September the 16th. You don't want to miss that. Located out in the right center field pavilion. Outside, ball two. 2 balls and 1 strike. Fouled away. 2-2. Anthony Vasquez started the ball game, went 6+ innings, gave up 7 hits, a couple of runs, both earned, didn't walk anybody, hit 1 batter, struck out 2. Now Bard going out to have a talk with Ruffin. Vasquez did a very nice job. A lot of strikes.
Rangers handing it to the A's. They're in the 9th inning. Rangers up 8-1, but the Yankees have come back and taken the lead on the Angels in the 7th, leading that game 6-5.
Bad news for the Angels, and strike 3 is called. Chance Ruffin fans Chris Getz looking, and that'll end the inning. No runs, a hit. 1 man left on. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Royals lead 2-0. A score of 2-0. Here's a look at this afternoon's game summary brought to you by Sterling Savings Bank.
In the 3rd inning, Gordon hits a fly ball to left, and Carp will lose it in the sun. Escobar will come around from first with 2 outs to score the first run of the game.
So the Sun double. Escobar slides across safely, and then in the top half of the 7th inning, Gordon one more time.
It is Gordon again. This time a double off the base of the wall to drive in another run. So Gordon has driven in both runs for the Royals.
2 more doubles for Alex Gordon. He now has 45 for the year and leads the American League. Here is Greg Holland. He takes over to relief. Bottom of the 8th inning. Casper Wells will lead things off. Shows Bunt takes a pitch outside, ball 1, and Holland, Mike, was impressive last night. 1 inning, struck out the side.
He has had an outstanding season for the Royals. The other night we saw him. He was throwing 95 to 96 miles an hour with a split.
And fastball right on the outside corner. And the count is even at 1-1. Steve Delabar is warming up down to the bullpen, and folks, I'm telling you, he is an amazing story. Strike on Wells, and the count goes to 1-2. This guy earlier this year was a substitute teacher back home in Elizabethtown, Kentucky. Was coaching high school baseball. Decided to work on a pitching project before his high school pitchers got to it. A swing and a miss by Wells for strike 3, and there's one down. After a rebuilt elbow, he broke his elbow. He's got a plate in his elbow and 9 screws. Started pitching, found out he was throwing 95, 96 miles an hour. Called up a local scout, Brian Williams. Said, come on over, take a look. And Williams liked what he saw. The Mariners sent him to Peoria for extended spring training. He threw some BP, side sessions, bullpens. Mariners signed him on April the 22nd. And here he is in the big leagues. Josh Bard, ground ball, base hit through the left side. So Josh with a 1-out single here in the bottom of the 8th inning, and the Mariners will get the tying run to the plate in Alex Liddy. Wait a second, Liddy coming back to the dugout. Anthony Vasquez, the starter. Mike, very good afternoon.
I thought impressive outing for Anthony. He's taking it on the chin his first 3 starts. This is his 4th start, but I thought he pitched well. He gives up 2 runs. Both of them earned. Again, one of those on a Sun double, but overall pitching ahead in the count. Threw a lot of strikes today. Did not walk a batter. Now we'll see Kyle Seager will pinch hit for Liddy.
So Seager comes out to pinch hit for Alex Liddy. 1 on and 1 away.
Michael Saunders over at first base. He will pinch run for Bard.
So Saunders on at first. 1 out, bottom of the 8th. A lot of play on the third base side, and the count is 0-1 on Seager. Batting .267, a couple of home runs, and 7 runs batted in. Line foul into the seats on the third base side, and the count is 0-2 on Seager. I can see a lot of pinch hitters that are very aggressive early in the count.
Everybody will tell you that. Pitching coach or the hitting coaches will tell you that. The veteran players, get in there. If you get a fastball early in the count, turn it loose.
Now the count 0-2 on Kyle. That's popped up and out of play on the third base side.
98-mile-an-hour fastball from Holland.
Some of these guys with great velocity on their fastball. We saw Felipe Paulino last night throwing 98-99.
Holland's ERA 1.80, 65 strikeouts in the 55 innings that he has pitched.
Fouled away on the third base side. Still 0-2 on Seager. Mariners no runs, only 4 hits. Aaron, a runner got as far as third base back in the first inning. Brendan Ryan was stranded at third. And a swing and a miss for strike 3. So 2 outs for the Mariners here in the 8th. One avoid, and that'll bring up Ichiro.
After fouling off a number of fastballs, see this last pitch, off speed pitch that Seager trying to catch up to 98 miles an hour out in front of it. That's difficult coming off the bench, and you have to face somebody that's throwing 98.
Tough assignment. 2-0 Royals. Here's Ichiro looking for his first base hit of the afternoon. Line drive, base hit down the right field line and toward the corner. Saunders to third. He's going to be waved in. Up with the ball, Francoeur, the throw in. Off the glove of the cutoff man. Gets Saunders, scores. Ichiro with a 2-out RBI double. 1-run game. It's now the Royals 2, Mariners 1, and the Mariners have the tying run on at second base.
Ichiro watching Holland get ahead of everybody with fastballs. Jumps on a 95-mile-an-hour fastball. Middle of the plate, hits it hard down into the right field corner. Eric Wedge having Saunders come out and pinch run for Bart, and because of Saunders' speed, he can score from first.
Quick pick out there in the corner by Francoeur, but the throw-in got on by Getz. Saunders was going to score, I believe, anyway, but Jeff Dance, coaching at third, had Saunders coming all the way. 2-1 ball game, and then I'll bring up shortstop Brandon Ryan. Base hit number 168 for Ichiro. Ryan 1 for 3. Singled back in the first inning, a cut and a miss, and the count is 0-1.
Brandon Lee getting loose with Delabar.
Delabar, a 28-year-old rookie. Low and inside in the dirt, knocking it down as the catcher Pena for ball one. 1 ball and 1 strike. Brennan looking for a clutch base hit right here with 2 down. Tying run on at second base and Ichiro. Swing and a miss. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
After the double from Ichiro, Holland switching things up. 3 off-speed pitches in a row. Brendan Ryan has not seen the fastball yet.
Kid throws hard. Didn't get the fastball, and it's low ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And the 2-2. Fly ball into center field. Over is Cabrera battling the sun, but he's there, has it all the way, and he makes the catch, and that will retire the side. Well, the Mariners get 1. They leave the tying run stranded at second base. We head to the top half of the 9th hour score. The Royals 2 and the Mariners 1. And here comes Steve Delavar to make his major league debut. As we go to the top half of the ninth inning, and what a story on the mound right now. 28-year-old rookie Steve Delabar will take over in relief. He is the real live breathing version of Jim Morris. They made a movie out of his life called The Rookie, starring Dennis Quaid. He was a substitute teacher earlier this year back home in Elizabethtown, Kentucky. He was taking classes at the University of Kentucky, coaching high school baseball. And here he is in the big leagues making his first appearance. He was also playing some slow pitch softball. And he makes his major league debut this afternoon, Mike, against the Kansas City Royals at the age of 28.
And from what we understand, his fastball will be in the mid to upper 90s. And it's not like this isn't a pressure situation for him. One, he's making his major league debut, but this game is still in the balance. The Mariners down just one run. They need him to keep the score there.
Chris Jimenez is going to be the new catcher. Gives him a pat on the back. All right, go get him. And the new third baseman is Kyle Seager. Alcides Escobar will lead things off. Now, back in 2002, way back when, Delabar had Tommy John surgery. And then later on, when he was in the independent leagues, he pitched in the independent leagues for 3 years, 2-3 years after he spent 5 years in the Padres organization. He broke his elbow. And Delabar's first pitch of the big leagues, a swing and a foul, tip into the glove of Jimenez, and it's 0-1 on Escobar. He's got a plate in his elbow and 9 screws. And that fastball at 94 from Delabar. Outside, that fastball at 96. 1 ball and 1 strike. He showed me the x-rays, Mike, of his elbow. It looked like a Home Depot project. Screws all over the place. 9 screws. Fouled off the mask of Jimenez, and the count is a ball and 2 strikes on Escobar.
Well, a good sign for him coming in throwing strikes. That's the main thing. Is he has to be nervous. I'm sure excited to be in his first major league game and to be able to calm down enough to throw strikes. It's a good sign.
Yeah, that kind of velocity coming right after the hitters. Fly ball into right center field over Casper Wells. He's there and makes the catch, and there's 1 out for Kansas City here in the top half of the 9th inning. Delabar was drafted and signed by San Diego. Here's a look at his motion, Mike.
Tall. Looks like he hides the ball. There's a split. That's a split grip. Go along with the 95-mile-an-hour fastball.
This is Alex Gordon. Shadows now right out in front of the plate. There's that splitter. Cut out and miss, and the count is 0-1. Joaquin Soria warming up down to the bullpen, the closer for the Royals. We're in the top half of the 9th.
In the bottom of the 9th, it'll be Ackley, Carp, and Smoke. All get a chance to hit.
On a play on the third base side, and the count is 0-2. Steve's dad and mom are here at the ballpark. His dad's name is Steve. His mom Debbie, his wife Jamie, all here. Inside on
That's
Gordon.
a good pitch.
Wow.
Look at that perfect pitch on the inside corner. Plate umpire Ted Barrett didn't give him the call.
That was right there. And the 1-2. Fastball, swing and a miss, strike 3. 96-mile-an-hour fastball. A strikeout for Delabar. Just kind of a half cut by Gordon. A fastball down and in.
Yeah, he throws it by him. He was just trying to get any piece of it to stay alive.
So 2 up and 2 down. No wonder the Mariners signed this guy. He called up a local scout in Kentucky by the name of Brian Williams. Threw for Brian Williams, throwing 95-96. He went to extended spring training in April. He said, I got there around April 14th. Stayed there for about a week. Here's a swing and a foul on the first base side by Melky Cabrera. And the count is 0-1. A week later, April the 22nd, the Mariners decide to sign him. He goes to High Desert, 1-1 in 7 games and had 3 saves. At Double-A Jackson, 1-3 with a 2.05 ERA with 12 saves. Then went to Tacoma. Swing and a miss, and the count is 0-2 on Cabrera. At Tacoma, 1-1 with a 0.69 ERA. Steve Delabar, Major League debut, a 28-year-old rookie. The set, and the 0-2 to Cabrera, fouled away behind the plate, and the count is still 0-2. Just an amazing story for this guy.
Heard a lot about his fastball, Rick, but he looks like he has great command of his split. Looks like he can throw it for a strike or bounce it if he needs to. He has a couple of weapons. It's just not a good fastball.
And again, the 0-2 pitch fouled out of play on the third base side, and the count is still 0-2 on Cabrera. Butterfly's got to be huge in the pit of his stomach, but right now he seems to be cool, calm, collected. And the 0-2. Swing and a miss. Strike three. Melky Cabrera goes down swinging. A 1-2-3 top of the ninth for Steve Delabar. His Major League debut with a couple of strikeouts. What a performance in the big leagues. We go to the bottom of the ninth. Royals lead 2-1. Ninth, we go to the bottom of the ninth inning. Dustin Ackley will lead things off. Royals lead by a score of 2-1, and the Mariners will take a look at Kansas City closer Joakim Soria. Ackley, carp and smoke for the Mariners, and the first pitch to Dustin is up and away, ball one. Mike, how about Mr. Delabar?
How about score a couple of runs, get him his first major league win?
That sounds great.
27 saves on the year for Soria. He's blown 7 of them. He's given up 7 home runs this year, Rick. His average 259. He's not overpowering. His fastball will be 91-92. Relies on a big sweeping breaking ball, his changeup, and locating his fastball. But he has had some issues this year. He's going to have to pitch to the middle of the lineup for the Mariners. Ackley, Carp, and Smoke.
And popped up out of play on the third base side as the count goes to 2-1 on Dustin. Man, that'd be some kind of icing on the cake for Delabar and the Mariners to come back with a couple of runs here in the bottom of the ninth inning.
Delabar, dinner will be excellent tonight with the parents. Give him a couple of runs.
You're not kidding. Strike 2 on Ackley. 2-2 the count on Dustin. He had a base hit, the bunt single back in the fourth inning. On deck, Mike Carp. Fly ball left field down the line, but Gordon is there, and Alex makes the catch for the first out of the inning. One down here in the bottom of the ninth. 2-1 Royals. They have 2 runs on 9 hits. Mariners 1 run on 5. And here comes Mike Carp. Big swing right here. A chance to tie up the ball game. Mike 1 for 3 last night with a home run to left center field off a 98-mile-an-hour fastball from Felipe Paulino. Shadows now out in front of home plate. Fastball misses down and away. 1 ball and 1 strike on Mike.
Mariner hitters should still be in good shape. The Shadows not far enough out in front of home plate, Rick. They should be able to get a good look at Soria.
Takes a lot off that pitch and misses outside. Ball 2. 2 balls and 1 strike.
See the Shadows just starting to touch the grass.
Not a problem yet. Pena sets up way outside, swing and a miss at a fastball as the count goes to 2-2 on Carp.
An aggressive swing from Mike. He's trying to tie the game up with that swing.
21 home runs down at Tacoma, 9 with the Mariners, 30 home runs for the season, Mike, and 99 RBIs combined his numbers, AAA in the big leagues. Time call. Mike Carp involved in that first big deal that GM Jack Zarinsek pulled off a couple of years ago involving the Mets and the Indians. And a swing and a miss for strike 3. So the Mariners are down to their final out now here in the bottom of the 9th inning. 2 outs and nobody on, and here comes Justin Smoak.
Soria throws a 94-mile-an-hour fastball, throws it by Carp above the belt.
So that'll leave it up to Justin Smoak. Keep the Mariners' hopes alive, down 2-1. Justin 1 for 3 last night, also with a home run. 0 for 3 on the day. Up and away, ball 1, as you mentioned, Mike. Closers stay away late in games.
Stay away. He'll try to run everything off of the outside corner.
Strike on the outside corner. The count evens on Justin at 1 ball and 1 strike. Mariners and the Yankees tomorrow night right here at Safeco Field. Felix Hernandez against Phil Hughes. Then an off day. Then the Rangers come to town on Friday night. Lined up the middle into center field. Justin Smoak with a 2-out single here in the bottom of the 9th inning, and the Mariners have the time on the board. And they'll get the winning run to the plate in Miguel Olivo.
Solid series for Justin Smoak, keeping the game alive here with a base hit up the middle. And we'll bring Olivo to the plate. Olivo leading the club in home runs with 17.
Exactly what the Mariners needed to keep their hopes alive. A base hit for Smoak, and we've got a pinch runner, Trayvon Robinson, takes over at first for Justin. Robinson, the tying run at first base, 2-1 Kansas City. And here is Miguel Olivo, who only a couple of nights ago hit a home run, his 17th of the year. McGee with a strike. 0-1.
Interesting to see if Eric Wedge will let Robinson run in this situation. The young man hasn't had many attempts at the major league level. He has great speed.
1 stolen base on the year. Outside on Olivo for ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. Olivo looked down at third base coach Jeff Dance going through the signs.
The sign right now is to hit.
Yeah. Fouled away behind home plate, and the count goes to 1-2 on Mickey. Pitch up and away, but in the strike zone.
Casper Wells waiting on deck.
One career walk-off hit for Miggy, trying to make it 2.
Royals outfield playing deep, all of them just in front of the warning track.
Up and in, ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes to down in Olivo.
Navarro, the third baseman, guarding the line. Trying to keep the double out of play here, Rick. They don't want anything to get to the wall or down the line with Robinson's speed at first.
They'll give up the base hit, but not the extra base hit. Into the gap in right center field. Robinson scores a swing and a foul out of play down that right field side, and the count is still even on Olivo at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
It's a hanging breaking ball from Soria. Like Miguel was able to pick it up, see it early, but just waited a little long on it, fouled it into the right field seats.
Healthy throw to center fielder Mike way over into left center field. Robinson will lead at first base. Fouled away off the screen behind home plate, and the count is still 2-2 on Miguel. Soria with a new baseball from home plate umpire Ted Barrett. Kansas City had a 2-0 lead. Mariners got a run back at the bottom of the 8th inning and a 2-out RBI double by Ichiro. And over to first with a toss, Soria, and that'll get Robinson back to the bag. Final game of the year with the Royals. Mariners 3-4 against Kansas City this season. They see each other in the month of March at spring training in Peoria and in Surprise, Arizona. Swing and a foul back by Olivo, and the count is still 2 balls and 2 strikes.
They're battling. This will be the 8th pitch of the at-bat coming up.
Biggie hanging in there. The conversation, Soria and Pena. Okay, we did this, we did that.
And I think the biggest part of the conversation is get the ball down. He's left some pitches up in the zone for Olivo to handle. I think Pena's out there trying to get him to get the ball back down. So if Olivo hits it or hits it hard, it'll be on the ground. A better chance of it being on the ground.
Well, you're right. He's missed up a few times. About 4 times during this at-bat as we look at the tracer. Concentration of both men. Little pop-up fouled away behind home plate, and the count is still even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Olivo has fouled away 4 pitches, Mike, with 2 strikes.
And another pitch up in the zone. Soria has given up 7 home runs this year. See him changing speeds, mostly going with the fastball.
Let's see if Soria makes another mistake up for Miggy. 1 on 2 outs. Fly ball into left field. Alex Gordon a little to his right. He's there and makes the catch, and the ball game is over. The Kansas City Royals win it this afternoon. A final score of 2-1. The Mariners leave the tying run stranded. Mariners had some fine pitching though this ball game.
Anthony Vasquez pitched well. It's a good sign for the Mariners. He had struggled coming into this game, but again, the offense struggling 2 nights in a row or 2 days in a row for the Mariners. Only 2 hits yesterday. They end up getting 4 hits in the game today. Difficult time for the Mariners offensively, and again, it's the inconsistency of, I think, the young players, and that's what's going to happen.
Kansas City wins it by a score of 2-1. One of the big stories, Steve Delabar, the 28-year-old rookie who was a substitute teacher earlier this year. Here he is in the big leagues. He had a 1-2-3 top half of the 9th inning in relief, including a couple of strikeouts. But the Royals win 2-1. Let's send it back out to center field. Brad Adam and Dave Valley. Guys.
Rick, Mike, thank you very much. So we're talking about Val going into this game. Mariners a great chance to win this series. Unfortunately, Royals take the last 2 games and they get the split. And as Mike said, the offense just not there for the Mariners the last 2 games.
Yeah, that's where they really came up short. Just 2 hits last night, 6 hits tonight that were really scattered throughout the ballgame, but really couldn't bunch them together. Had they been able to do that, maybe they could have scratched out another run tonight.
Oh, you mentioned Steve Delabar. Rick did a 1-2-3 ninth, his major league debut. A great story. We're going to talk about Mr. Delabar, the rookie, finally getting to the big leagues. And we'll have more moments, special moments from our ceremony today, remembering 9/11. 10 years ago today, we will never forget. 2-1, the final, much to get to. Mariners postgame on Root Sports.